Welcome to the OahspeCollegeUniversity. Topic of discussion today is angels don't have wings. This is what's trending on Facebook, on YouTube. There's been a lot of discussion and argument or debate that angels have wings. But when you ask them to provide evidence, no one can bring this evidence to show without a shadow of a doubt that angels have wings. What they do is they show a drawing or some type of drawing that comes from the Sumerian tablets. That so far has been what people were able to show. But when you carefully look at this drawing, what it shows is that drawing shows that the angels had some type of aircraft with them. So and even though if they showed the wings, their wings just represent that they have planes or some type of spacecraft with them. It just defines that they could fly using a plane. That's what it is. And when you go to the spiritual books that we have out there, there's no proper explanation. Now, I come from a different point of view, and that's using the OahspeC. OahspeC clears this confusion, Now, before I go into the OahspeC Bible and pull up some verses and chapters from there, I just want to go back to an area in West Africa, which used to be called the Dahomey Kingdom. Today, the Dahomey Kingdom include the country of Togo, the country of Benin Republic, and Nigeria. And in that kingdom back then, there's a tribe, a culture, or a tradition called Yoruba, which they're more popularly known in Nigeria today. When the Yoruba people, now just to be clear, I'm not talking about the new Yoruba people. I'm not talking about the current West African Yoruba people today, because the Europeans or outsiders from another continent polluted the Yoruba people now. So you don't get a clear understanding of what the Yoruba religion is anymore. When the Yoruba people back then, during the ancient time, invoke a spirit, the spirit comes in human form. The spirit do not have wings. When people in Haiti invoke a spirit, invoke an angel, they don't come with wings. They don't have no wings. They show no form of flight with a wing. So I'm going to go to OahspeC and decode this for a minute. OahspeC clears it up, clears this confusion. But, the Yoruba people, when they invoke a spirit or conjure a spirit, conjure an angel, they never show up in a form of a wing. Those spirits shows themselves like humans. They look like humans. They look like us. So I'm going to go to the OahspeC for a minute and clear this confusion, because this is part of the confusion when we die, and having that in mind that the angels have wings. You're going to go to heaven looking for wings, angels with wings, and you're going to be surprised they don't exist. So, educating yourself while alive now is the best option. Angels don't have wing. Simple as ABC, and if you ask, like I said, ask any spiritualist that invoke a spirit, or if any psychic that can see a spirit or see angels, they tell you they look like humans. So I'm going to go to the OahspeC now. The book of Apollo, chapter 10, verse 12. Verse 12. Jehovah said, I have given power to spirit of the newly dead to clothe themselves from the atmosphere with corporeal substance, corporeal semblance of flesh and blood. You hear that? Corporeal semblance of flesh and blood. And to my exalted atmospheric angels, I have given power to clothe themselves from ether in forms of light. But to my exalted ethereal angels, I have given power to clothe themselves with the shape of fire, octagons, and adescent. So this is clearing the confusion here. Ethereans have the power to clothe themselves in form of a ship. See that? Remember what I said before? Those deflations, those drawings that you see of angels, if they add some type of aircraft with them, those were Ethereans. You see that? So, but the regular spirits that have not graduated above second resurrection, they generally show themselves as humans. And even Ethereans show themselves as humans too. Human form now. You see? So the book of Apollo chapter 10 verse 12 is just clearing the confusion up. You know, angels don't have wings. Forget about it. I'm going to go to another chapter. The God's book of Ben chapter 4 verses 10 to 11. Verse 10. As thought travels, so is it with the spirit of the dead. When you have quit your corporeal body, in other words, when you quit your human body, behold, your spirit will be free. Wherever you desire to go, you shall go. Verse 11. Nevertheless, you shall go only as thought goes. And when you have arrived at the place, you shall fashion from the surroundings your own form, hands, arms, feet, and legs perfectly. You hear that? This verse 11 did not say you shall form yourself with wings that look like a bird. It did not say you're going to fashion you're going to take from your surrounding to look like a bird or animal form, like a fowl, like a chicken. We humans, when we die, we become angels. So when we become angels, so why should we have a wing? It makes no sense. Let me read verse 11 again, because this is juicy. Nevertheless, I'm reading from the book of God's book of Ben, chapter 4, verse 10 to 11. Nevertheless, you shall go as thought goes. And when you have arrived at the place, you shall fashion from the surroundings your own form. Hands and arms and feet and legs perfectly. You see that? So you're going to have the same shape of a human. Excuse me. The book of knowledge, chapter 1, verse 32. The book of knowledge, chapter 1, verse 32. Verse 32. The angels you have sent have feet and legs. For what reason? Do they walk on the air or wade through it? They have no wings. Did you hear that? Verse 32. The angels you have sent have feet and legs. For what reason? Do they walk on the air or wade through it? They have no wings. They cannot fly. They say they have not seen the illustrious angels who have long been dead. Must I also go into the eastward? Eastward is the heaven. Simply to meet my neighbors and never salute the wise of the past. Give me light, O Jehovah. So you see, angels have no wings. Simple. Next chapter, first book of God, chapter 9, verse 7. Now this chapter, you have some similarity in the Bible where in Sodom and Gomorrah. So I'm reading from the OahspeCollegeUniversity Bible now. So first book of God, chapter 9, verse 7. And when they came to Sodom, behold, angels walked among the people, and the people knew they were angels, but were indifferent regarding them. And there were laws made by Bera, kings of Sodom, regarding the behavior between angels and men. You see, so this first book of God, chapter 9, verse 7, clearly states that they look like humans, and the major difference between both of them. And because of that, the king of Sodom decided to make a law among them. So I'm going to decode something here, because in Nigeria, the Yoruba people, so a lot of people claim the reason they have tribal marks was because during slavery, they needed to identify which people come from different states and so on. But I'm telling you now, I'm decoding to you now that information that was given was not true. The reason they were having marks on their faces was to differentiate themselves between the spirits of the dead, between angels, because when they come We don't know if it's an angel or not. So the Yoruba people decided to put tribal marks on their face, so they know this is a human when they see the person, because there was no major difference. You see that? So in Sodom, in the first book of God, chapter 9, verse 7, the king of Sodom decided to make a difference, a law to differentiate them. And this was one of them. It's no difference when they were doing circumcision. I'm going to do a topic about circumcision. It's the same thing. The humans, the Israelites, the Fathists, the Irons, those humans back then, wanting to differentiate themselves between the outside people beside the Israelites, the people who believe in the Creator, from God. So they wanted to differentiate them. Like, how do we differentiate ourselves from? How does the women know that this human, this male, is an fetus? They decided to put a mark on the penis. So they circumcise. So when the foreigners come into the region of where the people that believe in Creator, because the other regions only believe in angels, they believe in gods. But the Israelites, the true faithists now, they only believed in the Creator. So they circumcised them. That circumcision was a mark. What the mark was that they circumcised the penis, so they could differentiate. No difference here. The Yoruba people created a mark. They had a mark on their people, on the humans, the Yoruba people, so that when they see this mark, they know this person was human. They differentiate them from the spirits, because spirits could take a form of a human being and they couldn't know the difference. So they put a tribal mark on them. You see that? But today society don't go back to ancient records to get the clarity of it. I'm going to go to the next chapter, Book of Judgment, chapter 23, verse 18 to 19. Verse 18. And each and all such angels coming to mortals, doing so on their own account, assuming any form and name they may find acceptable to men. Verse 19. Such angels have not yet passed the first resurrection, nor do they belong to any disciplined kingdom in heaven. You see that? So if an angel appear to you and, come up with a wing, like people call, Angel Gabriel, Angel Michael, those angels have not even passed first resurrection. You see? But they take any form. That tells you they've not even gone beyond. I'm going to go to the last chapter and then I'm going to close this topic, because this topic was just to give clarity. A lot of people are not clear about this thing. They think humans, they think angels or spirits have wings, but that's not true. The last chapter, and then, I'm going to close the broadcast on this. The book of Sapphire, Mark Hawk, dark or degree of golden chamber, verse 42, who are Aetherians, spirits who have risen above the bondage of the earth and its atmosphere, spirits who can come only to such mortals as have attained beyond earthly desires. Verse 24, who are the angels of heaven? You see that? Who are the angels of heaven? Verse 25, people who once lived on earth or corporeal worlds. You see that? The angels of heaven, the angels that live in heaven, are people who once lived in our world or other corporeal worlds. What that's telling you is that there are other stars out there. And if you have not watched my video on ancient aliens, you should go watch that video. In that video, I gave verses showing that angels of once lived in our world. And I also did a video that God was once human. In that video, I gave verses from the OahspeCollegeUniversity claiming their confusion. Angels once lived in our world, and after death, they rise to heaven. You see, verse 26, what is their form? Verse 24, 7, even as mortals, but being perfect. You see that? That's clear. If they had wings, all these books that I just read from the OahspeCollegeUniversity would have clearly told you that they also have wings. The wings they're showing are just bunch of aircraft symbol, like aircraft sign. Like they come with aircraft. They fly in aircraft. That's what it is, And you could invoke a spirit. Spirits live with us, They live. They lie beside you. You cannot. Some people could sense them. Some people see them. But ask anyone. Do an interview and ask anyone who sees spirits, who hears spirits. Ask them that do angels have wings? Those spiritualists, those who can see, who have the five senses, will clearly tell you. Even animals and dogs that see spirits will clearly tell you that they have no wings. But the society today they pick up Sumerian tablets and misinterpreted it. That's what I have to say about it. But this topic was just to clear it up that angels simply don't have wings. Light and peace, brothers and sisters. Upcoming topic will be heavenly kingdoms of gods. There's a reason why this topic come about, because a lot of people are confused about the situation, thinking that God just has one heaven, not knowing that there are multiple gods. There are many gods. Light and peace, brothers and sisters. But welcome.